Miriam Joy, and welcome to my studio. Today we are going to do the family tree frame, and I think you'll really enjoy this little project, and we've tried to keep them inexpensive for you as well as myself when we go to make these little videos for you. Now, the first thing I did is I picked up a wooden frame at Michael's, and this was in their wood section, and it was $1, believe it or not. And I took a light blue and a medium blue. These are by Delta if you need to know. The light blue is Blue Haven, and the darker blue is Copen Blue. So I really like those two colors together, and I just put the light blue underneath. You can base coat it, or by adding a little bit of water to it you can wash it on as well. And then what we're going to do is, after you got that base coated, we are going to come in with the darker blue, and we're going to float all of these edges. Now this needs a little bit more water in it because this is a little bit more absorbent than some of the other ones that you're used to working with. And also then I'm going to come in on my edges, and I'm going to paint that blue as well, just to darken up that whole thing. So, and I brought that through to the front a little bit, shame on me. And what else I also did on the other one is I came in and I kind of rounded the corners a little bit as well. And I took them and I kind of came in like that and just rounded those out a little bit so that they're not so square, and it kind of helps the shape. You just walk that down, and I put my thumb on the wet spot so it's showing up, and we'll clean that back up there. Alright, now also I floated around the little heart to set that heart off as well with that darker blue. And so we've got that little frame part done. So we're going to come in with our little tree. And believe it or not, I got this already painted and ready to go. This was at Michael's, and it was in their cut section, and it was all painted, and this was 59 cents. So we've got our $1 frame and our 59-cent tree. So what we're going to do on our tree now is I am going to come in with my number 0 tool, and we're going to add some little leaves to this. Now when you're doing leaves, you're not pulling them all the way like we do a stroke. You're kind of lifting them. Some people say it's easier to set it down and pull the tip. So however you find that easier to do, we just want to do the leaves all on the second layer, and I am using yellow green. And we're just going to keep on coming around here till I get these leaves all in. And practice your leaves on a little bit of board or paper or something till you kind of have them down. You can always practice on paper. It's a little bit different than your board, but you'll have basically the same type of surface, and you'll be okay with that. Now again, if you're having problems with that, set them down and then pull the tip. And some people says that that works easier for them. And try do them here and there in between each other. Remember, nature is not even, nature is odd. As humans, we try to be so even, and it's not appealing unless it is odd. It's weird. If you ever look at a flower always has 5 or 7 leaves. It never has an even number of leaves. That's why your 4-leaf clovers are so rare. So we're going to keep putting these in here. And we're almost to the end over here. And I take my leaves out. Some people say that they should go the other way, but I think it depends on what type of tree leaf you're looking at. I think the tip is the little part. When I look at leaves, I always see them going, oh, that part up to the branch with the tip going away. So at this point in time, I'm also going to come down here to the grass. And I'm just going to follow the shape that it's got. Now we're just going to pull these a little bit further than we did our leaves. We're pulling them with the shape they've got here. And we're just pulling that right over. Little one there. And these already have lines on them, and if you wanted to stay within the lines and not go outside the lines, you could do that as well. That is totally up to you, however you wanted to do that. Now I'm going to clean my zero tool off, and I'm using the larger end, and I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to do the inside now. And I think this has kind of a country look to it. And if you need to take it off and put a new one on, you can. If you didn't get it on the way you have a couple of these that are kind of touching, and I would remove them if I was doing it on my own right now. So you have that option as well. If you wanted to, you could do some of the brown. I think by not doing the brown, it kind of shows the texture of the leaves more. See that little guy I just put on that touched right there? I would take him off. When you're working next to a stroke, if you're that close, let it dry, because when the other one is warm as well, then the wax runs together. That's how you keep them separated, is by letting the first one dry and then going back in. And like I said, if you wanted to keep these leaves inside and the lines I'll show, you could do that so that they all were inside the little lines. There's no right or wrong on it. We're just adding the texture. And you could also do this with the little apple. They also have apples, so you could make a teacher gift as well and use that as a frame. But I kind of wanted a family tree. I thought that was kind of cute. And we're about done with our little tree here. And you can see how quick this really does go. Put one there, and let's put one there. So we're done with our tree. So we're going to go back and put our design on our frame. And the first thing I would probably do, so you know how far this comes out to bring this in, is we're going to do some writing. Now, this is Identa pen, and I use these in toll painting. The nice thing about the Identa pen is they don't bleed when you varnish them, and they have a big end and a small end, and I'm going to use the small end. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add lines around the edge with some cross hatching. And I don't want them all the same size, and I don't want the same amount of lines each time. So sometimes I'll do 2, sometimes I'll do 1, sometimes I'll do 3. Some I'll make short, some I'll make longer, just so it's not all even. We're just going to walk that all the way around. We used to do a lot of this in toll painting. It just kind of helps set it off, as well as kind of gives it a country look. And the really nice thing about it is you don't have to worry about it being even or perfect. Just get it in there. Alright. what I would like to do on this is I want to write family tree. I hope I spell family right. Tree. And then I'm going to put some dots in between each one of this, and I hope you can see this. It's hard to work upside down so you can see as we are working. And I put things in here that were family, like love and giving, happiness, growing, heart, caring. But I also thought it would really be fun to come in here and write the names of everybody if you were putting them into that picture. Now you see when I put this, painted this, I didn't worry about getting this messy because there wasn't any plastic here. You could add plastic if you wanted to, but I didn't worry about keeping that clean. So whatever you wanted to write around there, go ahead and write that. And then that kind of gives me an idea about how far I can come out on that part of the design. So we're going to go ahead and put that design on. And I am just going to come in here and do a fleur-de-lis. And I'm using my number 2 tool. And the black just really sets, between the two, really sets this off. And I'm going to come in and kind of do a stroke like that. I'm going to come over here and do it the other direction. And I'm going to do 3 dots. And then I'm going to do a descending dot on each one of those corners. So we'll come over here and we'll do another one. And if you need to mark how far that needs to come out before you put it on, by all means go ahead and do that. And then these other ones I have coming out a little bit further, and you can mark them as well if you need to. You can do any type of design that you want to in here. I just noticed that by using the black, it just really set the design off. So however you want to do that. Then go ahead and do the 4 corners, and then when you're done, you're going to come back in with your tree and see, you kind of want to keep an eye on him with how far he comes in. And I glued him on with my tacky glue, or you could glue him on with wood glue as well. And I would probably glue him on before I varnished him. And I would take him outside and do some varnish over him, make him nice and neat. One thing I would add to this that I think would be really cute is if you did some black ribbon with a little bow. I think that would really even stand that out that much more, and you could give it to your grandparents or your family or friends, and it just makes a really nice gift for your family. And I hope you enjoyed this today. If you have any questions about this project, please email me at art@miriamjoy.com, or for any of the products, please visit our website at miriamjoy.com. You can also go to the link there on YouTube and click on that and see any of the YouTube videos. I don't know if I discussed it earlier, but there's a basic one for wax design under the YouTube. If you don't know the basics and this is your first time, go there and learn how to do it, and then come have fun with the projects. There's also a Facebook link, and you don't have to be a member. Just jump on over and see what we're posting every day for you. We always have fun contests and the different things going on. And right now it is July, and we do have a contest going. Post either our projects or gourds done with wax, and you're entered to win some great and fun gifts. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful summer. God bless.